All right, boys and girls, we are trying something a little different. So we need some feedback from you guys on what it sounds like and what it looks like. We're actually trying it with the iPad rather than my iPhone. So as soon as you guys can, if you could chime in and let us know what the sound and the picture look like. And if it fails miserably, we'll shut it down and we'll switch over to the iPhone. Okay.
How's it look, Tessa? Good
Okay.
evening. Hi, Larry.
Larry
Cole.
Larry Cole. Hey,
Sound
Larry.
looks great.
Wow, that's encouraging. That's a good thing. And that screen must look absolutely huge to you.
It does.
Compared.
Sounds and looks awesome.
Excellent. Fantastic.
We're using the iPad, trying it, because the screen's bigger and I can read these things better. Everybody says it sounds and looks great.
Fantastic. Sweet. And we're not hooked up to the routers then. We're hooked
Nope.
up through the data
The
plan.
data.
Excellent. Fantastic. That's good news. All right, I'm going to jump into the questions. Hope you guys are doing well. It has been an absolute insane day over here.
Boy.
I just can't even tell you all the stuff that's going on over here. But it's all good. Mostly good. Just some frustration. But we're all doing well. Dad's feeling good. Everybody's feeling good health-wise.
Hi, Andy.
Everybody's doing well. So let's jump into the questions. I got a couple really good ones here, I think. So I got a question from Richard. In fact, Richard, I think he was here last night. Richard Barclay says, I have a quick question regarding the Rust-Oleum primer. The places I buy the primer from have run out of stock due to the COVID lockdown we had. They're not sure when replacement stock will come in. However, they have plenty of primer plus paint cans. Would it be okay to use the primer/paint? They don't sell the ink that you use, and I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, pretty much the ink, as far as the ink goes, you're only going to find that online. You can find it on Amazon and different places online, but you're not going to be able to go down to the hardware store and pick up some ink. That's just not going to happen.
Hi, Pam.
Hey, Pam. So first thing I want to say on that is go watch Senior Moment episode 18, and that's the one that Dad and I did together. And I'm going to go over here kind of what we went over there. Probably not as in depth because we went through a whole history thing. So just especially for new people, the black spray that I use two different things. I use either the Marsh Spray Stencil ink, which we've been using for decades, or a couple years ago we found the flat black primer, and this stuff works good. Now you'll notice that says primer, not primer/paint. I've tried that. It doesn't work well at all. Now, that being said, when you go watch that video, Senior Moment episode 18, you will see that I discovered something that it was kind of a theory that I tested out, and it worked out pretty good. So you can use, first of all, you could buy primer. You could probably find any kind of black primer as long as it's flat black. You could find it at automotive shops. It doesn't necessarily have to be Rust-Oleum. It could be, any other brands. Definitely, let me put a caveat to this. Always test it first on a piece of scrap. But that's my rule of thumb before you try it on a customer sign. But any flat black primer should work.
Flies.
Yes, flies. So that's number one. Number two, yes. And you'll see on that video that I just mentioned that I found out that if you use, this is Krylon, and this is a paint/primer, or paint plus primer, but you'll notice that it is matte finish, MATTE, matte finish, which is like flat. If you get whatever you get, if you get a matte finish, it should work for you. I showed...
Khalees Anderson says Walmart has flat black paint, 98 cents, works great.
There you go. If it's flat black, then it should work. Now, these are colors of this product here. This is the Sweet Fig, which I think is that. I showed this last night, but I didn't really talk about it. But these colors are this product right here, and as long as it's matte, so don't use semi-gloss, don't use gloss for sure. That causes bleeding, it causes buildup, it causes all kinds of stuff. And then there's also a matte black. This is the matte black, the same stuff in matte black, and it works great. So that's another alternative beyond just finding flat black primers out there. Beyond that, you can also, this is a different matte finish. So you can see this is Krylon brand. This is the Rust-Oleum, and it's a blue, ultra, this is a blue.
That's the
evening.
Blue, the blue that I used on the, is that the blue that
The Total Boat thing?
Total Boat.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, you'll see ultra matte. So if it's a matte finish, it will work. So that's definitely a way to go. Another alternative beyond that, I found this stuff, Krylon chalkboard paint, and they make chalky paint, a lot of different colors, mostly pastels, but they make a chalky paint, and it works as well.
Nancy Hall says, hello, Eric.
Who?
Nancy Hall.
Nancy Hall. Hey, Nancy.
Leonard Davis says he's out by the fire tonight. Kids want s'mores. I just have the chocolate without the marshmallows.
That sounds good.
Melted marshmallows. Ugh.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, man. Got my mind racing
Bruce.
there. So definitely, there's a lot of alternatives out there. You don't have to go with just the black primer that of that Rust-Oleum. You can find it anyway. All of these different things that I found out, and there's probably other brands, but just whatever you do, buy a flat or a matte. I tried. Semi-gloss doesn't work, and gloss doesn't work, and satin. I've even tried satin, and I wasn't crazy about satin. So it's got to be flat or matte, and it should work for you. And again,
Alan Wickard says hello, Vicky and Eric.
Oh, Alan. Hey, Alan. How are you, buddy? So definitely matte finish. And there's tons of different colors in this, and I would imagine there's tons of different colors in the Rust-Oleum brand too. And that stuff won't bleed on you, and it won't load up on your belts or your discs. So definitely, that's definitely the way to go. But go watch Senior Moment episode 18, and we go into a lot more on that. Okay, that's that. Let me get this stuff out of the way, and we got one more question. Assuming if you guys have questions.
Alan Wickard says, for preventing bleed on pine, ? Nice.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, Alan, for preventing bleed on pine or anything like pine. Now, I still will use sanding sealer on all my pine, because I just put sanding sealer on all my pine as I get it, as I bring it to the shop. So.
Larry Cole says, oh, got a lot of compliments on my blue hat. He got his hat.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this blue is my favorite. I like the black, but this blue is definitely my favorite of our hats. All right.
It's not Gits and Shiggles tonight? We typed really fast because we decided at the last minute to change. What does it say?
Yeah, like about 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, what did it say on there, Jeff?
All right.
Deanna Ginkle. Hi, Deanna.
Hey, Deanna. All right. Second question from Tyler says, board size. In general, how much of a margin do you leave between the letter and the edge of the board when doing your layout? So this is another kind of a layout tip for people that haven't done a lot of signs. I know when I first started, I just kind of winged my way through it.
Yes, Paul, we do. Just put a hat and tell me that you want blue in the notes, and we have them.
Yes, we do. And we got more coming, actually.
Yeah, they should be. Oh, I don't know when
we got more shirts and more hats coming very soon. So here's what I go by as far as, and then the second part of his question is, for 1.5-inch letters.
Rigoberto always says Merry Christmas.
Hey, Rigoberto.
Must be his favorite holiday.
for 1.5 inch letters and 1 line of text, what width board do you use, 4 inch or 6 inch? So this is 3 1/4, which is basically a 1x4. This is 5 1/4, basically a 1x6. So if I was using 1.5 inch letters, you could definitely fit them on top to bottom. You could definitely fit them on a 4 inch board. Not double lines, but just 1 line of text. But it really depends on how much lettering you've got, how much copy you've got, and how long your board is. You might have to go with a longer board. These are just a couple scraps that I cut off real quick.
Glenn says, hey, from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Glenn. Now, and then it says, same question, but for 2 lines. So I definitely would not put 2 lines of 1.5 inch on this board. I would go 2 lines of 1 inch. First things first, you want to leave yourself at least that much room if you're going to put a bevel on the board. If you're going to go scallops, you probably want to leave about that much room.
Hi, Barry.
I don't even know what that is. I just put it on there. What is that about?
Hi, Dan Yotis.
About 1/4 inch. But here's the thing too, is that you've got, remember, these are wood signs, huh?
I'm on the board.
Oh, these are wood signs, guys. And so that being said, you don't want to use all of your board for lettering and not show the wood. You really want something that's going to show the wood too. So don't try to cram your board so tight with letters that you're defeating the purpose of making it a wood sign. You're going to put a finish on this. You want that grain to show. You want wood to show. So don't take your letters all the way to the edge to the point where, number one, you can't put an edge, and then when you do put an edge, you kind of interrupted me. When you do put an edge, that you're not showing any wood grain. So give yourself plenty of room. That is around your lettering. Don't put a lot of space in between your letters, because these things are made to go almost right next to each other.
Teetered.
What happened?
Teetered.
Oh.
It's one thing about using a laptop, it's heavier than a phone, so.
Your iPad, you mean?
My iPad, yeah.
Laptop would really be
Laptop
tough
would
on
be
there.
really hard.
That would be tough.
Hi, Henry.
Hey, Henry. So, yeah, double lines. You could put 2 lines of 2 inch on here, but that's really tight. And again, you have to take into account, are they inset letters or outset letters? 2 lines of 2 inch on here, outset, pretty much impossible. It just wouldn't look good. They're too crammed together. So you can do 2 and 1 or 1.5 inch. You could easily put 2 lines of 1.5 inch on there. You could do that. So, just give yourself plenty of space. So I'm hoping that really kind of answered the question. You could put 2 inch on here and would be okay. That wouldn't be too bad. That's still leaving you plenty of room top to bottom.
Tessa says, when you put a chamfer edge on, why do you do both sides?
I do both sides a couple different reasons. On the front side, I do a little bit deeper because I want that frame. On the back side, the only real reason is I don't want that sharp edge, and it still gives it kind of a finished look when you put a chamfer on the back. Now, the funny thing is my son still doesn't do that very often because every sign I see, he doesn't put a chamfer on the back. So I put it on the back because I guess, first of all, safety, so somebody doesn't get a splinter in their fingers by by handling the sign. And secondly, it gives it more of a finished look. It shows that you put just a little extra time in it, and it frames the back just a little bit. But I just put a slight chamfer generally on the back. So for me, it just shows you're putting a little bit more time and effort into it.
Richard Litz says, do you use sanding sealer on oak?
No, I don't use oak very often, but I haven't found that sanding sealer is really necessary. Even when I have used oak, it doesn't have a tendency to bleed unless you overspray, and then anything will bleed. So, but you guys know my philosophy on that.
John Jernigan. Eric taught me to treat letters like you are writing. I used to put them way too far apart.
Very well said, John.
You must be having a
John.
melancholy day.
I think he's sucking up because he might be moving out here again.
Yeah, I guess. Hi, Tim.
That was a good statement, John. That is true. Yeah, most people, well, not most people, but I see a lot of first-time sign makers or early in their sign-making career put way too much space in between the letters. Okay. Anything else? All right. We'll get on to the sign carvers of the day. So anyway,
Hi, Linda Ballard.
Linda Ballard. How are you, Linda?
That cute little boy. John said, I love you, Vicky.
I what?
I love you, Vicky.
He is
wouldn't,
sucking.
John?
He
Who
is.
wouldn't?
Well, he's really sucking
Yeah,
up now.
he
He
is.
knows he doesn't have to me, but to you he does. All right. So, Kevin Kirian. So check this out. I think this one is so cool. So this is made from a 24-inch round of Xtira. And if you guys aren't familiar with Xtira, that's EXTIRA. It's an outdoor, I call it MDF, but I guess it's technically not. But it's an outdoor signage material. It comes in 4x8 sheets. And there's been several people
John says, food.
There's been several people that I've passed this on to that have had really good luck with making signs out of this Xtira.
So you can't, one thing about the focus on this, if you're bopping it around, it's trying to focus.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
You gotta be
All right.
still.
So you'll notice that around the outside of the circle, he actually torched it. And I think that looks really cool, especially for this sign, because it really gives it that look almost identical to the actual movie. Anyway, great job, Kevin. I love it. Really, really nice. Mike Kuhn, he's basically our neighbor. I think he lives up in Henderson.
Up towards Henderson.
Yeah. This is his, does it say his first signs?
No, it just says Mike Coon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is for his brother and his brother's family who live in North Pole, Alaska.
Wow.
So, great job, Mike. Beautifully done. I like it. Very nice. Ken Cunningham. This is a first
Be
sign.
still, babe.
This is a first sign.
Wow, very nice.
And he used a little DeWalt 611 to make this, modified it. I think he's probably got our base plate on there and opened up the back side. But yeah, for a first sign, really nice job, Ken. Beautiful, beautiful. This one's really cool. Dave Finger, I guess, Finger. And this is alder.
Oh, good turtle.
The type of wood is alder. I don't know. I can't remember if I've ever carved alder. Yeah, I was trying to say carved and alder at the same time. Anyway, yeah, great job. Beautiful. And that board is really nice. I might have to try alder. That's something that you might pick up at a cabinet shop like we were talking about last night.
Danny Meadows.
Danny Meadows. His this is this his first
sign.
one of his first ones. I like the way you did that foam. Gives it a really that's kind of a version of my dimple process there. Great job, Danny. Nicely done. All right, there's the sign carvers of the day. Great job, everybody. And what else we got? We got anything I need to answer or address? We are we had a really good Zoom meeting with our internet guys today that are working on our website. We're going to have more changes to the website very soon, probably within the next couple weeks. But we'll be announcing that. You guys will hear about it. What else? Tomorrow night, this is Thursday. Tomorrow night will be a YouTube live over on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think I'd like to try it out here again with this.
We did last
I think we
last
did.
week. We were out here with Dad, so we'll be out here same time, 6 p.m. Arizona time, Pacific. Probably right here and Dad will be joining us.
Hey, your dad's got the trivia question for next week, or for Friday too. He's got.
I think he had
has one.
he had a question. Yeah.
He wanted me to ask it last week, but I couldn't even say it because I didn't know.
Yeah. So Dad will be asking the trivia, and we'll have something for giveaway. We don't know yet what it'll be, but we'll have something. So, anything else, guys?
Nobody's asking.
Send me some. Send me some questions. Keep those questions coming. And sign carvers of the day. I'm actually that stack. I'm kind of working that stack down. I'm doing more every day that I'm getting, so the stack is getting smaller. So keep sending those sign carvers of the day. But remember,
Larry,
I can only do one per person per month. Who, Larry?
Larry Figel says hello.
Feigl.
Tom
Feigl.
Toten says thank you for doing these videos. I learned something on every one. Tracy Heap, I can't think of anything you didn't cover. He wouldn't know, would he?
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, guys.
Fournier says, hey, Eric, what's the Vector website you mentioned last night?
Vectorstock.com. And that's the one that we like the best because it's not a monthly subscription thing. It's just you put $30 in there or $20 in there, and it costs you basically a dollar per image, which is super cheap.
It expires.
Yeah, I think it lasts as long as your credits last.
So I had what did I have, the iStock, and I paid like $50 a month.
Yeah.
And I downloaded maybe 10
Yeah.
total.
Right.
Cancel
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we like vectorstock.com. That's our favorite. So thank you for the question, Glenn.
Henry Satterfield says, thank you, Eric and Vicky. Someday I need to go meet you.
We're here. Come on out. We're here. We'd love to have you guys come by.
Billy Payton, greetings from Georgia.
Hey, is that Billy? Yeah, Billy Payton. Yeah.
Warren Wynn, Stan Meshek.
Got a good group. Excellent. All right, boys and girls. Flies are starting to buzz. Sorry. I think I got them.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure I did. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. We will get out of here and let you guys carry on with your evening. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, questions, email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com. And on these, on the comments on here, guys, I always go through and look at everything. But if you ask a question that I don't get to, please email me.
Big L. Barry Big L.
Fig L. Oh, okay, Barry. I'll try and remember that, Barry. I know he comments on a lot of our stuff. So thank you, Barry. Appreciate that.
Let's see. Dean Thurman says hello from Guys. Guns and Gear Sports Indoor Shooting Range in Idaho Falls. FFL license dealer.
Idaho Falls, Idaho. I've been there. I've caught a lot of fish there. Yeah. Dad and I had a great fishing trip to Idaho Falls one time.
Oh,
anyway.
Thank you, Bruce. He says, I can tell you the rodents are even friendlier in person than they are here.
Thank you, my friend.
Good night,
I appreciate
Tessa.
that.
I hope you feel better. Good night, Richard. Have a great night.
Good night, you guys.
Say good night, Gracie.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night over on YouTube. Have a great one. Bye-bye.